Good evening, afternoon.
Afternoon!
Guys, we're bringing you content that's not tournament stuff.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like that's still a thing.
That means we're actually going to get together twice this month, because we're going to do another tournament later on this month.
I'm going to hope for this cast that the microphone is not set to like 100 volume, because I don't know if it is.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it's peeking out too
Well, we're going to find out, and so are them. So if you're already dying at home,
sorry.
watch The Price is Right, because in the commercials and shit, they have great shit for hearing aids.
I think this was bronze. I didn't even look.
Bronze until proven otherwise.
All right, cool. All right, well.
Mr. MaximusBlack.
Yeah.
Hit me up with that old school noise. Up here in the top position of this map, we have Mr. TheMondster. Because Monster was taken. Need to get that D in there, if you know what I'm saying. Down here in the bottom position, we have PolysPoman. Or PolysPoman. Or
PolysPoman.
Or you know, like Polysporin.
Polysporin. That's the stuff you put on your cuts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you figure out how to turn the sensitivity down?
Yeah, I just did.
Are you sure?
No.
No, that's not actually.
These ones?
No, that locks the scroll wheel into either clicky or free. We're just tripping people at home right now. These two are your.
Ah, okay.
So that's you're at the second setting, and then.
This is good. This one
That
right
good?
here.
All
Yeah,
right.
this is perfect.
All right, there you go.
Man, this Logitech mouse is really nice.
It is.
Isn't
You
it?
should go to Logitech.com and maybe get hooked up with a sponsorship, Mr. I don't have a Ozone sponsorship anymore, Black.
It feels nice to be able to actually say it, because I love this mouse. I always did.
Yeah,
right? But I couldn't actually say what it was, right?
It's a sick mouse.
It's a nice mouse. So.
That G502, get on that hype.
Yeah,
Logitech, hit us up with that collab.
Yeah, hit us up, please.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what's happening right now? I haven't been paying attention.
It is TVZ. Once again, guys, this is Heart of the Swarm. This is okay. That's another thing. We're looking for Legacy of the Void replays. We only have one in our inbox, and I made a video like last week. I know a lot of people don't have the beta. So if you have friends that have the beta, or you've seen some really cool replays on Reddit or something like that, just send them into lag.tv, and so next week Adam and I can do, or not next week, but next time we get together, we can do a week of Legacy of the Void, and then hopefully start to make this switch over, and of course we're going to bring back Novawar Says Legacy of the Void edition.
Yes, lots of that good stuff. Just make sure when you mark it, just mark it as Heart of the Swarm, but in the title,
Legacy of the Void.
Well, we don't have that in.
You said market. Oh,
market, because we don't. And the database does not have an option for Legacy of the Void.
Gotcha.
So just mark it as Heart of the Swarm, and then put Legacy of the Void in the title of your replay, like on the site, so that we know what it is.
Exactly. And if you guys still want to send in Heart of the Swarm stuff,
do that too.
You can do that as well. We're always willing to take that. We're not going to start a new series of When Cheese Fails until Legacy of the Void. We get like When Cheese Fails for that, because I think that'll be a little bit more exciting at this point. We've seen everything. For
Wings of Liberty, Heroes of the Storm. We're just going to keep throwing it out as like a random, like, regular.
Yeah, like we're going to record When Cheese Fails today, but we won't get a new season until then.
Yes.
So, let's talk about the game here. We got a second rack's gone down. No second command center yet for the Monster. I'm just going to call him Monster.
That's close enough.
And Polysporin here is... this is very standard. I mean, I think this is bronze. I'm not 100% sure. It may be gold.
These days, who can tell the difference?
Who can really tell the difference? We got a supply block down here, and that's pretty much the show. Anything exciting in life happening right now? Because I'm just like, I think we have some downtime right now. I don't know what else to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about... Man, this is rare.
This is rare that we actually don't have a whole lot to discuss.
To say right now. How about Legacy of the Void? You've been playing it.
Yeah.
And you've been experimenting with pretty much at least Terran and Protoss. I haven't seen you play Zerg yet.
I only played Zerg.
Did you play it once just to see the?
No, I played more than once.
What's that unit called that just bombs?
Ravager.
The Ravager. Yes. Yeah, that's a pretty good unit.
It's a great unit.
Not as good as the
Cyclone.
The Cyclone, which is like on its own level of broken.
Cyclone at this point is so ridiculously overpowered that it is legit sucking all the fun out of Legacy of the Void. It's like the Warhound, and people are just abusing it.
Now, I've seen bits and pieces while we watch this. Terran go in here and do pretty much absolutely no damage with both of these, and possibly lose both of his Reapers. Nope. Okay, gonna get out. Might be stupid enough to go back in. You know, he had to use the ramp. That Reaper in particular was, he's afraid of heights. He doesn't want to jump off of cliffs and shit. He's seen it go wrong one too many times. Had to use the ramp. So I haven't watched. I've watched you play quite a bit of Legacy of the Void, to a degree, and I've watched a couple of others play it as well. And I have to say that for Protoss, it seems like if you're up against a Terran, if you do anything other than go directly into air, you're going to have a bad time because of cyclones.
Yeah, you have to open up Phoenix really at this stage in the game, or you're fucked.
Okay.
Because they kill Stalkers, they kill Zealots, they kill Immortals, they even kill Warp Prisms, they kill Colossus, they kill everything. Void Rays, everything. You need to open up Phoenix.
They don't seem to have any, downsides because they're fast.
Yeah.
They shoot while moving.
Yeah, their DPS is as fast as a missile turret.
Their range is absolutely absurd.
Their range is like 6 for lock-on, even before you get an upgrade to 9 for lock-on.
9.
They can shoot air and ground.
Yes.
And they're tanky as all fuck.
Yeah, I've watched you play, and you'll have 4 Stalkers.
Yeah.
Attacking 1 Cyclone.
It takes 3 DPS from all of them.
It takes 3 or 4 volleys from that many Stalkers to take
kill
out 1.
Yeah, and that's assuming there is an SCV surrounding them and repairing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad time right now. It really is. For me anyway, it kills it. I've been watching a lot of Legacy of the Void shows on Twitch, and pretty much they're all echoing the same thing. Even non-Protoss players are saying, and it's worse for Protoss because with Zerg, you get speedlings. It just doesn't. You could just surround these things and they die, right?
Yeah.
But it's really bad for Protoss, and it just sucks because we can't experiment like Terran can in PvT right now because they all just abuse it.
Goes straight to
and so as soon as you want to go to disruptors, by the way, disruptors can't kill a cyclone in one hit. So you can't. There's a lot of things that you cannot do.
Yeah.
And you can't use an Oracle Stasis because it outranges. You can just kill it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it'll get fixed. It's beta.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, I'm doing a bit of bitching, but it'll get fixed.
It'll get fixed, and there are ways to deal with it. It's just they happen to be kind of boring.
Yeah, and it's not even a for sure thing either.
Yeah.
It's still extremely tough.
This is actually a pretty good push here from Monster. He's going to get rid of the 3rd, and he might even be brave enough to go up the ramp here, and I think he might even have enough to deal with a lot of this, because he's got spine crawlers being made. This could possibly actually be the game right here.
Yeah, it's looking like it. There is no Medivacs for the healing, but there's just so much DPS here.
There's so much here.
Everything is going down. He's gonna lose both of the queens. This one Roach is late to the party. And there is literally nothing.
There is literally nothing here.
He's got 5 roaches on the go. He's got 1 queen. Well, this game was pretty bad. I mean, not a whole lot has happened.
Definitely bronze.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for bronze, I've seen worse. The Zerg. The Zerg was trying to do his macro game. Didn't work out so hot. Did well enough to stop the kind of terrible Reaper harassment that happened. But the Terran basically just built up an army and just came down here and wrecked base.
Yeah, he just sat on 1 base. He didn't get a 2nd command center. He just pretty much all in this guy. I don't know. Maybe the Zerg might hold this push off, but there is another batch of army here. With the drones and these roaches, he is going to be able to hold this, but once this comes in here...
I wouldn't mind seeing the Zerg somehow manage to pull this off.
Well, he's going to have to hit some serious transfuses, and
he's going to get upgrades done here.
Monster's also going to have to overstim as well. I don't see it. You have to pull all these drones too.
He's plus 1. No, he's plus 1/1 now, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay, well, we have some upgrades for the Zerg. Yeah. There is 1 stim here. Not the greatest micro from Monster. There's a transfuse as well. Okay.
Transfuse.
Okay.
So he's okay.
Okay.
He's okay. I called that a little early. I didn't expect him to be able to get those upgrades finished.
He's overextending right now.
Yeah, this is a bit aggressive.
So he's gonna lose a couple of roaches. Nice transfuse there. Well, 2 Marauders going down though. Not really worth that trade at all. He should have just kept the high ground vision and kept that queen alive so he can keep getting off these larva injects.
Yeah, this isn't impossible for the Zerg, and in fact, it looks like it might be very probable if the Terran keeps just sending down such thin numbers of units at a time, because that +1/+1 on the roaches are going to be able to handle a lot of this stuff.
The stims are also hurting this Terran as well. He'd be better off at this point with such low roaches just to micro individual units back when the roaches are trying to focus fire on them, and just to let your numbers do the job. When you stim, it's just killing you, and the upgrade advantage is not helping you out either. More roaches are out now, and I actually think the Zerg might win this game simply because he's on 2 base. And
well, there's only 1 base really mining right now.
Yes, but I mean, he's got He's got enough larvas here. He's got enough drones. Like, let's take a look at the SCVs to drones. 25 to 16, but a huge roach count. Just getting up in expansion now. And the Terran really threw away his lead. Not only did he come over here when he didn't need to, he could have just killed off this and backed off, but he just overextended, probably because he thought he was going to win, and that's the way it looked like it was going to happen as well. But some poor mismanagement, mismicro, and also he had a group of units sitting down here. So he waited for this group to die, and then he went in with these. If he would have just brought these up here, he would have in a much better position, and now there's so many roaches out.
No way.
I don't see how Monster can win this game.
He's +1/+1. The Terran isn't upgrading himself, so he's just going to have to win on sheer numbers.
Yep.
And by the time that happens, he's finally got his second command center down and mining with mules. But really, this is going to give the Zerg just as much time to continue mining. And there he is. He's now macroing up a bunch of drones, and he's going to be able to pretty much, I think the Zerg has a chance to take this game down.
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively even right now. The only thing that scares me for the Terran is he doesn't have any tech yet. Just getting the factory. At this point in the game, he should have Medivacs. Medivacs would have just stomped the Zerg up.
The game would have been over.
But he was just so gung-ho on trying to get pure units and go down there and try and win with Stim. This is going to be the make-or-break attack. He's coming down still, once again, no Medivac. No upgrades. The creep spread here for the Zerg is fantastic for a Bronzy. Very, very well done there. And meanwhile, and doing so while under all this pressure. So he's going to see this attack coming. He's got high ground vision. He can get a good spread here. Instead, he's going to go down and funnel himself, which I don't think was a great idea. Now he's just going to lose about 8 roaches for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. No, that's okay.
That was dumb.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It was up, it was down. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I thought the Zerg had a chance to win that after the overextension. He did.
What was he thinking there?
I don't know, but he overextended a couple of times, so it's not like he didn't show precedent for not knowing when to get out of his base and do some shit. So, it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to still give him props for the hold against the Terran the first couple of times. Terran should have had Medivacs as well. That would have probably ended the game a long time ago. But hey, it's bronze. I've seen worse. And so I'm going to just say good game, good enough, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's pretty much that.
Keep on that grind.
Hit that like button, guys. It was back and forth. It was decent. Some bad play here and there, but it's low league. This is what we expect. But really good creep spread nonetheless. Better than actually some of the GMs I'm not gonna play.
There's some people that play Zerg that are absolutely awful.
They don't even creep spread. And I'm telling you, that shit helps a lot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Remember, guys, check out or go to LAGTV and submit those Legacy of the Void games if you have been so fortunate enough to get beta, or down the road. When you do eventually get beta, just remember us and send in those replays, because we're going to try and make the transition as soon as possible. See you guys in the next one.
Peace.